Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I got some very interesting news, and I don't know how this guy is still allowed to talk or allowed to be in public or be alive. I don't know how that happens, but I'm pretty much that this guy will be, how do you call it, something is gonna be threatened and he's gonna keep his mouth shut. I'm talking about Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla and Twitter. He just tweeted something that would not sit well with owners of this country. So I'm going to use two articles for this piece of news. One from Russia Today, Elon Musk demands release of QAnon Shaman. This is one. And the other one is coming from the Jerusalem Post. Elon Musk, capital rioter QAnon Shaman must be freed from prison, he said. Now, from my life experience, I use two articles here. See, I use the bad people, the Russia Today, and I use the good people, the Jerusalem Post. Why? So, people say, those people say, well, yeah, he used this, but he used those ones. So anyway, I can tell you how the selection in national team in Romania used to be, and I don't know how it's right now, but that happened to me and happened to others. I was a witness to that. I was selected in the Romanian national team in karate Kyokushin by beating people up in the competitions and having a big mouth and trying to maneuver my way through this corrupt organization that I was part of. But that was the only thing you had. But this is the way it worked. Usually, the European championships or the world tournaments, if you're in the national team, you come to be in a national team if you beat everybody up. If you're the national champion and then the one that you beat in the final. So the first two, the best ones, will go. And the best two are based on results. But what do? If you don't have a big mouth and if you don't have connections, then even if you won the first place and you're the biggest guy, they can flint you out and bring their guy, someone else in. It happened, I have examples and I know names, okay? And that was only direct experience. I knew how in other sports that occurred in Romania. So what they did, let's say they have about a group of 5, the national team. In the group of 5, the 2 or 3 were the real guys. The other 2 were weasels that had connections, they had married whomever, or if they didn't marry, they were the sons or the cousins or the brothers of some big shots. So that's why I use Russia Today, and then I use your Jerusalem Post. So Jerusalem Post, I know it's acceptable. Russia Today is not acceptable. But put them together, okay. So you gotta do it like this. Otherwise, you say, oh, you use only Russian sources. How come? Well, I can use whatever sources tell me what I'm interested in. I mean, if nobody covers that, what am I supposed to do? Just don't say it because it comes from the Russians? And if the guy said it on Twitter, I think this guy just break the news on that one. Why should I wait for the other ones who keep their mouth shut? So I'm surprised that Elon Musk would be allowed and still allowed to make controversial statements, which tells me it's just a few very limited options, scenarios why he is still allowed. And it's not the money. It's not the money. Why he's allowed to be? Why? Because they can take his money. Okay, they can take his money. They can take his position whenever they want. All right. So that tells me might be something else at play. I'm not insinuating anything, but I'm allowed to have gut feelings, and gut feelings are not based on evidence. But since more than half of the world population is allowed to have gut feelings and the other ones is not, then I identified as the other side today. So Jerusalem Post, Elon Musk, capital rioter QAnon Shaman must be freed from prison, he said. Despite Musk's claims of false portrayal in the media, the QAnon Shaman pleaded guilty in September 2021 to obstructing an official proceeding when he stormed the US Capitol. I urge you to watch reality, which is videos, and see how he stormed the US Capitol, okay? And maybe you were familiar with that. I give you a little hint. Go and watch Tucker Carlson, and don't watch and listen to him. Mute if you want whatever Tucker says, if you don't want to be, saying, oh, he's talking BS. Watch what he's presenting to you. And he's presenting to you videos that he was granted because the other party did not grant the mass media 41,000 hours of footage, of surveillance footage from the Capitol. Well, he is. And he presented some videos with this guy, QAnon Shaman, walking through the hallways of the Capitol the Capitol building, so with 2 police officers going around and so on. So that's part of the story. So that shows part of the story. So he walks around. So that side, those videos do not show what this guy stormed, but probably he stormed in other videos. Tucker did not show those ones. You know what I mean? But this were not shown before. This guy walking calmly. Just watch it. It's available. Tucker Carlson. Just watch it. He presented this yesterday, the day before. As I said, mute it. Ignore Tucker. Okay, he's a propagandist. He's all this. Watch the video, and the video is reality, is it, or it was doctored? Just watch it, and you make your own opinion. I'm not saying the guy did not storm. I'm saying that this thing was not presented before. You know what I mean? He's surrounded by 2 police officers, and he just walks around. At one point goes around, 8 or 9 police officers who stay over there. Nobody arrests the storming shaman. Anyway, watch how he goes into the house, what he does over there. Just watch. You don't have to listen to anybody else. Form your own opinion based on reality. And what else then, in this case, a video, can show you more. This was kept from us. And it seems like it was kept from others in certain kind of proceedings. So, let's see what else these guys say. The US Capitol rioter, known as QAnon Shaman, should be freed from prison, Elon Musk said in a Friday night tweet, arguing that the convicted criminal was, and I'm quoting, falsely portrayed in the media. Well, just watch for yourself. If you saw those videos, the ones here with this guy walking through the Capitol hallways, unimpeded, if you saw those before, then you let me know. I didn't, and I'm pretty much I was on it to see. So, Jacob Chansley, known as QAnon Shaman, for his horned headdress, but who named him this way, was sentenced to 41 months in prison for his documented involvement in the Capitol insurrection. Where was the military in that insurrection? Oh, it doesn't have to be military? Okay, my bad. By supporters of the US president, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's unimportant. And I'm quoting, here's what we're going to do. We're going to obey the president. We're going to do as he asked and go home. Chansley was recorded as saying. Okay, well, this is one. Let me see if I see anything else that Musk said. Nothing from the Jerusalem Post. Let's see Russia Today from March 11th today. Elon Musk demands release of QAnon Shaman. The Twitter CEO claimed that the jailed Trump supporter was denied, and I'm quoting, fairness of justice. That's according to this guy. So he can have his opinion, I guess. Can he? In a free world? A free society? So SpaceX and Twitter CEO and Elon Musk has called for the release of Jacob Chansley, the war-painted Trump supporter jailed for his role in January 6, 2021 riot on Capitol Hill. These guys say riot, the other guys said insurrection. See, that's why I picked 2 of them, and because these guys say riot, the other guys say no, it's insurrection. Now you make your own mind, my friends. Recently released video footage shows Chansley, nicknamed the QAnon Shaman by the media. This guy tell you who named him QAnon Shaman. All right, peacefully walking through the Capitol with a police escort. That's true. Just watch it. I'm not saying that's extra to what we didn't see it. Musk tweeted a video on Friday showing Chansley encouraging his fellow protesters to, quote-unquote, go home, telling them that Donald Trump had asked them to leave the area. And I'm quoting, free Jacob Chansley. He captioned the video. That's what Elon Musk captioned it. Free Jacob Chansley, end quote. And I'm quoting again. Chansley was falsely portrayed in the media as a violent criminal who tried to overthrow the state and who urged others to commit violence. But here, He is urging people to be peaceful and go home, end quote. Musk wrote in follow-up tweet, and I'm quoting again, I'm not part of MAGA, end quote. He added, referring to the Trump Make America Great Again movement, and I'm quoting, but I do believe in fairness of justice. Here is the video. I'm not going to play it. Here is what Elon Musk tweeted. So this is Chansley got 4 years in prison for a non-violent police escort, end quote. Musk wrote in another tweet. Well, that tweet was fact-checked when shared on Instagram with a platform linking them to media reports claiming the police reportedly asked Chansley to leave the building and therefore did not help him around the Capitol. And I'm quoting, the Capitol Police literally opened the Senate chamber door for him on camera, Musk exclaimed. And I'm quoting, but who are you going to believe? Instagram, quote-unquote, fact checkers or your own lying eyes? Well, that's all I suggest is just get as much information about any issue and any problem. That's the way you get close to the truth. That's why at the end of my videos I always have, be strong, be smart, look for the truth, and be just. Because you have to be strong. You have to be strong. You can't be weak. If you're weak, that means you're coward. Be smart. That means be intelligent. Be intelligent. Be keen. Figure things out. Look for the truth. How do you look for the truth? By having an objective mind and accepting information that is, not that information you don't like, you put it aside and pick and choose, and then make in your head the final, be just, make your assessment and see who's who, what's what. Was that a weasel? That was a real man. This kind of, that's why, I'm exposing it right now in a few words, the whole philosophy behind my be strong, be smart, look for the truth, and be just. Strong, courageous to do things. If you're not strong, you're not gonna get engaged in any endeavor. You're gonna be home in a basement, tweeting and attacking people, their character and whatever they say and what they do, which is your right, but that tells a lot about your character, doesn't it? So all I want is more information, all the information. But it seems like a lot of things were withheld from us. It seems like. And they portrayed him as they portrayed a certain kind of side of the whole thing, which I disagree with that. That's not just, that's not fair. That means let me get everything else. Look how much anger that caused the United States. These weasels were activated when this guy, Tucker, just put the video on, because that ran against the violent insurrectionist, criminal, blah, 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 blah. And when they tell you, yes, he pleaded guilty, you have to know how these things work. He agreed to a plea agreement. He said, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And you have to understand how that is. And it seems like his lawyer was a little weasel. I saw him on Tucker, and then the next day I saw another lawyer of the QAnon guys, Jacob's mom and her lawyer, getting the guy, Jacob's lawyer, in trouble, because it seems like that lawyer was not really a strong lawyer, if you know what I mean. Well, that's it. I'm surprised that Elon Musk is around, because sometimes you are allowed to speak. You are allowed to speak this much, not because you have money. He can be picked up whenever legally with a arrest warrant signed by a judge, all legal. They can do that, and if they don't want to do that, they can do it under the Patriot Act. They can do that whenever they want. They ask you to talk to you a little bit. They keep you over there for some time. You can have your lawyers how much you want. You're going to stay there. Bail? No, you're a threat. We're not going to set a bail for you. So you can have how much money you want. And believe me, that's the first one. Or you are allowed to talk. And when you talk, that's something that you're not allowed. You're tweaked back to what, you know what I mean? I saw this on YouTube, a few things like this, where there are certain people, on supposedly the, how do you call them, conservative people, that say certain things that you're like, wow, I said something remotely close to that, not even, and that person is there, still there. It's impossible. Yeah, but that guy is this guy. And then you look a little bit deeper. Oh, okay, all right. So certain people, and they're allowed to present us an illusion. You see, that's an alternate reality. It's an alternate voice over there. Yeah, but that voice tells this much. The other side controlled, and the rest from here to here tells you the party line. So you get the party line, and from time to time you get little thing that you say, oh, see, he spoke about that one. Yeah, he spoke about that one to the level he's allowed to. And then the rest he tells you BS from the other side. Well, and not only. I'm not implying, oh my God, these guys are bought by the government or something. But a lot of them could be operatives and, people like that. Look who's working at MSNBC. It's like not all, ex-CIA, ex-FBI, ex-XXX. These are the experts and these are the, how do you call them, opinion makers. And you say, yeah, but because they were involved, they know what they're talking about. They were involved over there. Yes, in an ideal unicorn, hypothetical society, yes, that's how it should work. But do you think those guys have, go around the block a few times I'm talking about. It's all interest. How do you think they got over there in the first place? Because MSNBC or whomever, oh, we want to find out the truth. Yeah, yes, come over here, whatever, CIA director or FBI, come over here. You're going to tell us how things are run. And the guy's going to come and defend and help us. Or you can believe that and vote again for a guy who's barely conscious and then who gives money to another country from your money and your children. Or you can say, okay, let me ask questions. Let me look deeper into that. That's how we end up with these idiots here. I'm talking about Kamala and Biden. How do you think we ended up? It's just because certain people really know stuff, and those people who know stuff, they also vote. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.